Okay, good afternoon, folks. So I'm a little late. I was just trading a valuation. I just went long down here, so it's probably going to push up, I think. So hope everyone's well. Everyone had a good day yesterday. So I had just flicked over onto the I should have held that actually. Just flicked onto the ES chart on here as a separate chart. I'll flick back to it in a minute. We got a leg up, so let's see how we get on here. So I'm just going to change this up a little bit to 5. I think there's a good chance we're going to push up and make a high from this channel. So there may be an overshoot. I've got it on one chart as an overshoot, but this to me looks like it's likely to push up. So I just thought I'd pick another evaluation up at the moment. Let's see what happens. See if we can get down here somewhere. So I might, if I take it down to 3 and then just buy in as we go up, if we go up. So we have got some news coming up, so I could have a go at it on the news there. Jay took that second entry long triple test. Yeah, that's the one I took and got $1,550 out of it on an evaluation trading 10 contracts. So I didn't take it here because well, I was focusing on here really. I had it in here. I just wanted to make sure I focus. So let me just open this, make sure everything submitted. On 3 opens. It does. Does it do it on that one? Yes, it does. Fine. So everything's working as it should.
Order cancelled. Order filled.
I'm just going to take a risk here. It is an evaluation anyway, so I think it likely we continue up. Hopefully it'll push up to here. I'm just in on 3 contracts, just on an evaluation. I don't mind taking a risk. It's only one evaluation. They got 2 attempts to go low. May come down some more, so I might have to move that stop and give it a bit more space, which I don't mind, to be honest with you. It may come down and clear some of this liquidity out. Good job I moved that. It wouldn't have got me anyway, but I think that's more likely to go up anyway. But as I say, it is one single evaluation, so if it starts to move it again, I might get in for another 3 contracts on it. We'll see. So, see if we can get a higher low up here. I mean, there is a possibility we have 2 legs down, but I like the way it's come down here, bounced off there, and pushed straight back up. So I think it's more likely to go up. So I need about another $1,500 on this. In fact, I may put that there because if it comes below there, no, let's give it some space. I don't mind if I lose it. We've definitely got support down here. Leg and a leg. Yeah, it's only one evaluation. $33 or something, so leg and a leg, bounce off here again and push up. There is some liquidity there, so it may get rid of that first. Leg and a leg. So it is just a valuation at the moment, this is, so if you wonder what the hell I'm doing, you know, Don't stress too much. So leg and a leg, second entry long off here, 1, 2, 3. I would consider that a triple test if it finishes bullish. It's bullish-ish. It may be more bullish on someone else's charts. I mean, there is always the possibility of something like that, which would be a bit far-fetched just at the moment. But I think channel up, leg and a leg. We'll see anyway. If it continues down below there, I'll get out of it. But there is liquidity there, so it may want to just break through that lot and then hopefully turn up. But what I don't want to do is get out of it here. Drops below that bar there and pushes up. Hopefully if this finishes nice and bullish, that's a good sign, that is. I don't know whether it will or not. Okay, it's gone below there by a tick. Let's see if it finishes. If it finishes really bullish, I'm confident it'll go up then. Because if you're thinking long, this is where you're going to be looking to buy anyway. Are we below that one? We're not actually. We're bouncing off it, so it may want to push below there. Now let's see if it goes up. If it goes down any further, I'd say it's a no. In fact, I'm going to put that there. If it does go any further, just get out of it. Surely that's the line in the sand. Okay, that's a good sign. Triple test, nice big bullish bar. If that does come down, then it's going down, I'd say anyway. So yeah, if you have just joined in and you're seeing me trading this aggressively, it is just a valuation. Push up, leg and a leg, nice big bullish bar, 1, 2, 3, triple test, cleaned out all this liquidity. No, I think it's likely it's going to go up. If it is going to come down below there, then it's coming down, I'd say. So there'll be liquidity there, and obviously a ton of it up here. So if we can get up here and above that one, in fact, if I give that, once we get up here, I'll above here, I might go in for another contract or two, and I won't need to get that high then. And it could still come down. I doubt it will. We've had 1, 2, 3 bounces. That one's cleared out all the liquidity and big, solid, strong bar. So in a leg. In fact, a higher low here wouldn't look that terrible. But unfortunately, I haven't got one. So I may go in for another contract here. That might allow me to get out a bit earlier. What do I need? $1,500 to pass that. So about there. So that'll allow me to get in earlier. Or get out earlier, rather. So we've broke that. Karina, good morning. How you doing, Jane? I never said hello. So hopefully this isn't a downtrend. It could be. I don't think it is. The way that's cleared out that and pushed up. Medium impact news. Yeah, good point. Hey, Jan, how you doing, mate? It is just one single evaluation anyway, so... So, push up for a higher low. Once this is done, I'll switch back onto the NQ for this. Come on, push up. Come on. I mean, there is a possibility of a range here. I doubt it would come below there. I'm done anyway if it does, I think. Oh dear. I'm about out, I think. That's all I can do now. 1,500 up, 1,500 down, another 1,000. I'm done on this. So there's nothing I can do on here anyway. It's only one single evaluation. Let's see if I get a bit of luck. That's interesting. It needs to finish really strong, that. Didn't drop below there. Come on, push up. Yeah, it's not looking good, is it? Come on, push up. It's after that stop, isn't it? Oh, came down. Took it out. Now it's pushing up. Needs to finish nice and bullish. Okay, that's pretty positive, I think. It's taken that liquidity out and had a good strong push up, so we'll see what happens. 1, 2, 3. I don't know. Maybe there is a downtrend, I don't know. It's looking for it again, I think. Could be something like that, in all honesty. Yeah, if you have just joined in, it is just one single evaluation. This, I haven't started my 3 accounts on here yet. God, that's it's crunch time here. This is starting to look more and more like a downtrend. Come on, push up. That's better. Nice and bullish. Come on. Nice and bullish. Not congested. Nice and bullish. Come on. There we go. That's a higher low. Now, if it triggers that and comes down, we're definitely in a downtrend. Yeah, it is looking more and more bearish, I think. Bears are looking very strong. Hate it when we're in these trades ages. Come on, push up. It's doing everything bar push up. That bar's triggered. Thing is, it's broken below there and pushed up, so you think there would be some strong stops there, wouldn't you? But it is trying. Depends how many times it'll try before it turns. If it gets below there, it's game over anyway. Yeah, it's going to. It didn't look too bad, actually, did it? I'm quite glad it didn't trigger because I dare say, well, yeah, you can understand why that would have been tempted, wouldn't you? But it didn't trigger, which is good, because if it would have triggered, I think it may have sucked a few traders in. Trouble is, if you look at it, Jan, it is a bit congested, isn't it? And certainly now when that ends up. I mean, we've come down and had a double bottom. I think that's a relatively strong position. And sometimes these strong positions do hold. And we've come down once, twice lower and struggled again. But look, here we come down again. So they're obviously after that stop, aren't they? And I think to come down lower, I think this is looking more and more bearish, I think. But it's only one evaluation anyway. I haven't had one for a while, so I thought I'd have a go. Unless it's starting to trap a few shorts here. There's a failure there, failed second entry long there, which is triggered. If it gets above there, we got a fighting chance of getting up. But I'm not holding my hopes up. I got into a trade like this a couple of weeks ago and was convinced it was giving us, I don't know if you remember, we were giving it really, really good, solid, positive, long signals, and it trapped a load of trades and dropped like a stone, and I think that's what it's doing. Mind you, that surely any longs in here are already gone apart from there. So 1, 2, 3. If this pushes up and holds, I think we're okay, but look how it's pushed up and come back down again, so there's definitely a battle going on there. I'm kind of hoping for that 3 o'clock news. It might help me out here. Okay, it's broke below there. I think that's game over. Surely not trying to push up again. Took that one out. Took that one out. Took that one out. It's got to come down, surely. Any second now. It's got to come down. It's got to. We've tried multiple times to hold there and it hasn't. I think it's a downtrend, that is. The only saving grace is we're not getting down to the bottom, well, as yet. I think we will. So I was up 1,550, down 800, so I've got about 700 or 800 left on this one evaluation. I could get out of it and go short, but chances are the second I do that, it'll push up. So there's nothing I could do now anyway. I suppose the only slight thing is maybe we get a failed breakout. But I think I'm hoping a bit here. That's where we had the bottom. We've come down and tested this so many times. I mean, it could be a failed breakout. If it does manage to get up, there is a chance. Liquidity there, that's positive. Maybe it is a failed breakout. That is only not really confirmed as a channel yet, in all fairness. The only channel there is that. With a break and a new low, so we may be right here. We may get lucky. So if this is a failed breakout, which it certainly could be, it's definitely sideways, break out the top, break out the bottom. That looks like a measured leg to me, so we may get a bit of luck here, which would be nice. Not quite. As I say, it is only, it's just one single evaluation. I thought I'd have a go at while I was waiting. But this needs to hold above here, really, otherwise we're knackered. It's starting to look bearish. The bears are really battering the bulls at the moment, I think, aren't they? Every time they get a bit of a push, we're getting knocked. And a push there, they got knocked back down. Push there. Leg down. Come on, bulls. Get up. Go on and get up. Go on. Go on. Go on. Push. Okay, so it's looking a little bit more positive. Sideways with a breakout. We're up to my target now, so channel down, 1 attempt, 2 attempts. So I'm going to have to follow this up, I think. I've just managed to get all that back, so there was a fair bit of luck going on there. So let's give this chance to close. Surely this is going to trap anyway, isn't it? Liquidity up there and a chunk up there, so we may get up. We may get our target. If I get that, that'll pass the account. But it could turn here. There is a little bit of a... Still worth holding, I think. Come on, push. That's looking positive. If we can get a good push, am I getting for another contract? Yes. It's only one evaluation anyway. I appreciate the dollar signs. News in 3 minutes. That might get me up there a bit quicker. See how far we get. See, I've got 4 contracts in and I'm up here. If I had 8 contracts, I could get out here, so I think this is probably worth maybe taking a bit of a stab and just coming out there. Hold on a minute, what did I do? I thought I bought again, didn't I?
Order filled. Order submitted.
Why is it not showing any more than 4? Get out of here, I think. Come on.
Target filled. Order filled.
What did I get there? Oh, okay, so I'm not far off. 2,800. So I'm $300 off passing that one. So I could have held on a bit more, but once we got above here, we're getting close to that news. Okay, so that's not worked out too bad. I need $280 on that to pass. There's a bearish bar now, so I'm going to sit tight. So I'll tell you what, let's sorry about that. Let's just flick back onto the NQ now. I never have much luck trading the NQ. Let me have a look. Let's go back onto the NQ. I only need $300. So yeah, I got out at the right time there. We've got a big bearish bar now and the news coming out. So where are you, NQ? Where are you, lad? What have we got? No NQ chart. I'm a guru with the no. I think a lot of that was down to pure luck. I don't think there was any guruism there, to be honest with you. Why am I not? Hold on a minute. Did I? Oh, I had the 9th, didn't I? Okay. 9th month's gone. It is going up. Okay, that's the news, isn't it? That's took it up a bit. So it would have worked anyway, but I thought there was a good chance we'd get up there. So where was it? Yeah, so let's bring this down to 1 now, because I don't need a lot, do I? NQ. Okay. So let's see how we get on today then. So a leg and a leg. But
Order filled.
I think we'd like to go a bit higher there. What do I need? That'll do. This is looking like another leg up, so I think this is probably worth holding a bit, actually. I'll tell you what, it's such a big risk on here, isn't it? This looks like a channel. Struggling to get up a bit there, isn't it? I'm not liking this. Let's just get out here, I think. Come on, push through it, baby. Come on. What did I say I needed? 290 or something, was it? Come on. Up you go.
Target filled.
Yeah. Okay, that's past it. Brilliant. Excellent. Okay, that's past there. 331. Excellent. Okay, that was a bit scary. Yeah, a little bit of luck there, but it does seem like it's coming up. See, on this, on the ES, it's looking like a leg and a leg to me, so I thought that might come up a bit higher. I expect this to get up to the top. So let's come back down to earth now. A little bit of luck there, but I don't mind trading them a bit. I tend to go on a bit of gut feeling. Sometimes it works. So a leg and a leg. So I think there's a chance we get up there. Little break here. Yeah, you would naturally think this area here, wouldn't we? We've been up here a few times, leg down, 2 legs up. So I think there'd be a chance we get a bit higher here. So if we get a good enough setup, I might go long. Yeah, let me just check everything's opening like it should do.
Order submitted.
Yes. I don't like that. It's more an inside bar, I think.
Order
So I'm going to
cancelled.
ditch that in a minute. So all the news is gone now anyway, so we are safe. It may work, but it's just it's too far from that EMA. We could have a leg and a leg down. So that does look like a correction, doesn't it? Okay, so it did work. It's just it's a naff setup, to be honest with you. You can say it's a hidden second entry, but that one, it's a one tick above there. It's always nice to trigger below there, and it's a million miles in relative terms from that AMA. Really, it could trigger you and have another leg. I think we got a good shot of getting up here. Where's all-time highs up here? So if you think about it, the bottoms are here and the tops are here. So really, yesterday and today, really, we're just sort of in a range, aren't we? Yeah, we're just in a range. Leg up, down and down, leg and leg up. I think there's a good chance we hit this. I mean, that measured move falls in the perfect place, really, doesn't it? You can't argue with that. You'd say for absolute, you know, as certain as you can that we're going to get up there. Whether we do or not is a different story. But my gut tells me it's the perfect place. You'd think there'd be sellers up there, so there'd be liquidity up there, leg and a leg, loads of liquidity up there. We've been up here once, twice, three times. Whether it gets close and then drops. Thing is, if I was looking for profits, I'd want to get out before these tops. Some people wait to the tops. Sometimes the buyers, the sellers are slightly above. Depends where, really, isn't it? But I am starting to pay attention to these fair value gaps as well. Just out of curiosity, because I think the more you learn about stuff, the better it is. But there's one there, isn't there? Let's just see if it does, just out of curiosity, pull back in. So we've got a Chandler break and a new high. In fact, let's call that one push up. It'd be nice to come into here and then have a second leg up and get up to... Measured move closes a gap on the daily. Yeah. Let me just get rid of this. I don't want this Apex account. Triggering again. It's already passed. Kind of hoping that would come. It still might do actually come into this area. Second entry long from somewhere near would be ideal. Not for me personally. We've already had a break and a new high, so Unfortunately, I won't be going for long just yet, unless there's a chance that there's a white. In fact, that actually fits really nice. How nice does that fit? So we're losing a bit of momentum here, which makes sense. We're getting close to this measured leg. The E is not where you want to buy, really. When we get sort of up here to this area, you can see we're not far from this top, so it's probably going to lose a bit of momentum, but if we can get a couple of legs down, maybe. Did I have that channel break? Let's reload it. I think I did. But sometimes it takes a couple of times, doesn't it? Is that any better, Jay? Ah, that must be better because it looks different on my chart, I think. Or does it? Touch. It's not that bad, I don't think, that. I mean, you could still have it as a break, 2 pushes to a new high, but I'm not taking a long here anyway, so I think it's irrelevant whether we have the wider channel. Let's just put it back just for... That's originally where I had it. It's hard to say. Could be a wider channel. Okay, so I think this is pretty likely now. We had that push up. I thought there we may come back to the EMA, but they're having none of it. Okay, so this is the open. We're bouncing off the open now and the high of the day up here. We've been up here once, twice, 3 times. So I think there's a good chance this is going to reverse from here. Up, down, up, down, up. Let's see how close it gets. May still fit, actually. Sure about that. I don't think it really matters anyway now. I want to short. I want to short an eval. See, I don't mind doing that with a single eval. I wouldn't do it with a load of them. I don't mind being a bit aggressive. I only really ever have them. I don't think I ever trade more than one valuations at a time. Because I do trade them a bit aggressively. I tend to go on gut feeling, really. But I don't mind trading on the news as well. I have quite a bit of success on the news. CPI tends to work best. Always tend to get a good spike. It's just sometimes you get caught in that initial whip. Sometimes it'll shoot down a bit and then rocket up. I don't quite get why it does that. You think it's either good news or bad news, don't you? You think it was good news, why would it go down? I don't know, maybe. So I tend to put mine a little bit further down and a little bit further up to try and avoid that initial flicker. Okay, so now it's funny. I was just going to put my chart back. Now we've had this possible break, and Thomas Wade's got his like that now. So he's looking at the bigger channel. Having said that, we are getting close to this measured move. So, you know, I'm going to say buyers down here may want to get out before they hit that top and the way this thing's coming down. You know, where do you want to wait to take your profits? What you don't want to do is wait till here and it comes up and turns down like that. I mean, look at that. Fill the gap to the tick. So this looks like it's coming down now for sure. And it ain't hanging around either, is it? So 5, 10, 15. It's going to be 20 points in about 20 seconds. Holy schmoly, look at that. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 points. Warm like that. So we got close to that measured move, but like you say, filling that gap, those last few ticks are irrelevant, really. So leg up, leg up. We've got to have a pullback here. If we get a decent setup here for a pullback, that might not be a bad trading option. We'll see. So that channel fits pretty nice to me. It's got to be one hell of a good setup, though. Let's get an order ready just in case. But sometimes when we have this big drop down quickly, we kind of have this sort of V-shaped thing and get a lot of it back. Could go a little bit sideways here. I wouldn't be surprised. We've gone up quite quick. I still think we're going to come down, but I don't think it's going to do it quickly. So channel break new high. So that's what I'm thinking. A little bit of sideways. Just doesn't often do that, break like that and then come straight down. Okay, I wonder. Leg and a leg. Okay, so that measured move's not fitting too bad there. So a leg and a leg, clearly. Just knowing whether this thing's going to go up or come down. Channel down, 2 legs up, and a relatively strong move down. I think the only way to take this is when if it breaks below and then comes back up and tests the underside. It's just too risky here, really. My gut feeling says it's probably going to come down, but I don't want probably. Eval passed. Good on you, mate. I don't mind trading them aggressively. They're a bit of fun, I suppose, aren't they? Leg and a leg. We are working down here, but it could bounce here. My gut feeling tells me it's probably going to go down, which I'd like it to drop below here and then have a retest to the underside. As we know, price moves towards liquidity. Can't see any strong buy orders around here or buy stops around here, really. And just bounced off the bottom of that line, bottom of that channel, range, sorry. Excuse me, sorry for yawning. So leg, 2 legs up. I think well, yeah. Okay, there's our answer. It'd be nice to have a little pullback and retest. I like the way we're still at the bottom there, but yeah, sometimes you just think this thing's coming down. What's the point in going back? Yeah, there we go. Unfortunately, there's just no way in, really, was there? The setup on the... see, I don't mind taking some of those tight if it's a really strong bearish bar and I think there's room for to go down. It looked a little better on that. Well, it was a doji, but it looked a little bit more bearish. But we had a bullish bar. It didn't even trigger. It just turned bearish and came down. So, unfortunately, there's not a lot we can really do there. It's a bit of an odd market. It's a read today. We can see these legs, but it's all quite random, isn't it? It's clearly a range. We can sort of tell that, but sometimes these ranges have ways of doing things. At the moment, it's a bit random. Leg down, 2 legs up, 2 legs down. Where do we go here? Pull back up? Do we get like a W shot on it? God knows. God only knows. Hey, Dean, how you doing, mate? How about trying to trade differently? Trade only 1 PA at a time until it's payout. Then, right, time to pay it. The only thing is with that, I did that with my other... I've only got three PAs, to be honest. Well, 4 if you include tomorrow. I did that with when I had my 20. I traded half and half. But the trouble is, I'm only seem to be taking 2 or 3 trades a week, so it's going to take it's going to take a ton of time to get there. So I know what you're saying, but the thing is, if I may only get like 1 trade a week. It could take 2 or 3 months to kind of get up there. So if I was trading a lot of accounts, I'd say, yeah, I get, or there was a lot of setups in a day. But I'm probably on average taking about 3 trades a week at the moment. So it kind of seems to take forever anyway, you know what I mean? But But I am trading my funded. In fact, I lost one last night. I am trading my funded futures one separately, and trying more of a swing trade on here. And I've had some success, but last night would have got me into the pay section. But unfortunately, it went against me last night. So I'm trying some different things, but if I could take 2 to 3 trades a day, then yeah, I could do that. But it's 2 to 3 trades a week at the moment. We don't get a lot of setups. So, but the thing about the accounts I've got now is they're not creating any fear. I'm not stressed at all when I'm trading now. I'm not stressed at a trade anymore. It's kind of all but gone. I mean, there's always a little bit of is it going to work, but it's not enough to stress me now. I feel pretty relaxed. Well, I can tell I feel relaxed about trading because I'm starting to enjoy it. I'm enjoying the challenge. I'm enjoying the experience of sitting here and learning, whereas before, with all the stress and the panic, it was kind of a love-hate relationship. It was horrendous at times. But, you know, the simple answer is we know what the answer is. We just choose to ignore it most of the time. But you just sit here waiting for what you believe to be a solid setup. Now, I took a trade a couple of days ago and it lost. But I was perfectly fine with it because it looked good. And a lot of people got stung. But the bits that damage me are the times where I jump in and I know I'm pushing my luck. And I have that, I'll go on, have a go type attitude. And as long as I stay away from those trades, I'm good. I'm comfortable. And this amount of PAs as well is comfortable. 20 was just too much, if I'm honest. But that's the trouble sometimes. We see these, you know, we read about these people making the 1.8 million, and we know you can make a shed load of money in this business. And it's very easy to get blinded by those amounts and try and run before you can walk. So I think losing those 20 kind of did me a favour, really. It knocked me back down and said, look, you're taking on too much here. You're trying to grow too quick. You need to slow things down. And that's what I've done. And I feel much better for it. But, you know, we've all read it 1,000 times, haven't we? You know, inexperienced traders, it's not easy. It's not how many times have we read the word, it's not a get rich quick scheme? Although you can make significant money, but you can only build it up very, very slowly, really, can't you? You know, you wouldn't be able to jump in a Formula One car and do 250 miles an hour. You'd probably shit your pants. But you could build up to it slowly. You know, the nerves wouldn't allow you. You see these Formula One drivers flying around a track. And I remember watching, I think it was Top Gear. I don't know if you guys have Top Gear we had Top Gear, and I remember who was the one? I forget his name now. He went in a Formula One car, and half the time he just didn't have the nerve to go fast enough, and it kept stalling. So it's kind of the same with trading in a way. Those nerves are there. And while those nerves are there and you're making impulsive trades and you're panicking and you're not thinking clearly, you know, they sort of take you, you know, it takes a little bit of time to slowly. The aim is to take some payouts. Confidence build up. I'm not sure you took a payout recently, but having a payout helps with confidence. Yeah, I'm actually okay. I'm actually okay. I know what you're saying. I've got these three accounts here. I had lost a few accounts recently, and they're around about 500 each. I'm going for 3 points now, so, you know, I don't mind taking the payouts, because what I found is when I took payouts before, I was trying too hard to squeeze them and to get there. I'm tending to forget about the money now and just let that naturally come. But just taking winning trades, and I like the fact that, you know, I've now spent a good few months on Thomas Wade's, and my charting is fine. There's no issues with my charting, and it's good to have that confirmation. But sometimes when you sat in a room on your own, you don't know what people are doing throughout the day, which is why I kind of like, the fact that, you know, I can have a look at Thomas Wade's, and it's exactly the same as mine. I turned it into a bigger channel before he did, then we got that channel down, and so that's building up my confidence. I know what I've been trading long enough to know what a good setup is. I just need to avoid those slightly iffy ones. You know, so I'm in a good place at the moment. I'm really enjoying my trading. I'm quite really comfortable sat here. And as the weather's getting and the darker nights are drawn in, I'm so pleased to be at home, you know what I mean? So I'm in a good place at the moment. So leg down, kind of a little bit sideways there. If we get below here, I think then the chances we're going to get down to the next lot of liquidities around here. So we're pretty much ranging, I think it's safe to say. We've got a leg down. Whether we'll make that full leg or not, I don't know. So from there to there, that might take us a bit below it. Yeah, but we can see this area where it's likely targeting. And we had the same here. When they started going up, we knew it was going to. Well, we knew it pretty much lightly. I thought it may get a bit higher, but as you say, it filled that gap to the tick. So it was a natural turning point, I think. And we've had a leg down, 2 legs up, and a leg down. But there is some chop here, and if you look left, there is here. So that kind of makes sense. But now we're below this. I think it's going to be relatively free running down. There'll be little bits of liquidity here, maybe. Probably there and there. You get into the situation to understand the rules of P8. Patience is all you need. Yeah. I definitely feel like I've been trading a while now. It's such a slow long process. But I think when you're doing it every single day, it starts to feel like a job. You understand what you're doing. Now, I can definitely tell you what a good setup is. I know exactly what a good setup is. If you stuck 20 setup pictures in me, I could tell you which are good. So I know, and we all kind of know when we've been doing it a while, but it's the slightly less good setups, for want of a better word, not the best way to describe it, but slightly worse setups, riskier setups that we kind of either choose to take or choose to ignore. And sometimes if you take those and you know they're a little bit risky, when they sting you, they can be a little bit uncomfortable. But I kind of like now I'm trading 3 points because it now gives me the ability to only really have to look for 2 trades a week. Now, if I take 2 trades a week, that's 8 trades a month, okay? So out of an 80% win rate, I could still be earning nearly $2,000 per account. That's out of an 80%. Now, let's say even if I half that, that's $1,000 per account. So we all know you can have 10 and 20 accounts. So the potential's there for earning money. So I've got a nice amount at the moment, 3 and 4 tomorrow or Monday. What day is it? Thursday today. So from 4 tomorrow. And that's a nice number, I think. Doesn't stress me in the slightest about losing those. So when you're not worried about losing something, it doesn't kind of affect you. That's only with an 80% win rate. Yeah, absolutely. So if let's say, for instance, if I win 8 trades over a month, yeah, that's what, 3, 8, 16, 20, that's 2,400, yeah. If I lose 2 trades, that's take off 600. I've made $800. Yeah, that's $1,800. Now, let's say you lose 2 more. It's still over 1,000. Over $1,000 per account a month. You got 20 accounts. That's, I don't care what anybody says, $20,000 a month is a stack of money. But I took 1 trade. Was it yesterday? No, I didn't take a trade yesterday. I took a trade the day before. So 2 trades, and you always get 2 really solid trades in a week easily. So I'm thinking, when you realise you don't need as many trades as you think, it becomes easy. And I think as a newer trader, I mean, Christ, I was taking 20 or 30 trades. When I first put some money in, I worked out I was trading 1 or 2 contracts. This is how many trades I was taking. I worked out I should be $85 up. But what I didn't account for is the $175 worth of fees, commissions. That shows you how many trades I was taking when I started. The hardest part is timing. Absolutely, yeah. Yeah. we all know what a solid trade is. Sometimes it's a bit, well, it's a good setup and it looks like it's coming down. I think those are the ones to avoid when you have an absolutely perfect channel up, two beautiful measured moves down, nice bullish bar, nice high-low, plenty of time. Trades just do not fail like that. And I think the more you lose over time, the much better you get at judging that. But you do have to walk away from some maybe 70, 80, 85% trades for the ones. And I always found, my experience tells me now, when I don't even have to think about it, I just click the button. Those are the trades I need to be taking. When you just know in your own mind, I like this. This is a good setup. And we know that feeling, don't we? But the reason I said 80%, because there's still the odd time where you may misjudge things, sometimes a little overshoot. And if you remember, a load of us took a trade a couple of weeks ago and it went against us. So that's fine. You know, those ones you're going to get. But at 80% win rates, it isn't a huge amount. You win 4, you lose 1. You win 4, you lose 1. Even if it's less than that, at 3 points, you can still make yourself comfortably $1,000 a month. Yeah, good setups take time. But if you've got all week to find 2 trades, really solid trades, I think that's plenty of time to find 2 solid trades. Plenty of time. I haven't seen one today. See, there was a trade that Mac took a failure, sort of lower high, but it was quite a bit from the email. I was surprised he marked it. But it's probably because it worked. You know, but sometimes trades like that, a little second entry short there, something slight bearish. It was that distance from the EMA, and I was surprised he marked it. But he probably marked it because it was a second entry short and it worked. But there's nothing I could see which I would consider a good setup here. In fact, I'll tell you what I'm going to do from now on. Whenever I do get a good solid setup, I'm going to take a small screenshot of it and put it in a separate folder. I mean, I do take pictures, thanks to Jan, I do take pictures and put them in the journal that he kindly did for us all. So last few days I've been putting pictures in there, but what I'm going to do, if I get an absolutely cracking setup, I'm going to take a closer screenshot of it and pop it in a separate file. But yeah, but context is everything, isn't it? If your context is not right, it doesn't matter how good your setup is. You know, so even if now we get a really nice second entry long, it's around the middle. The context is not right. It's not the cleanest of days today. It's a little bit random. We had a leg up, 2 legs back and a leg up. Then we had a sharp leg down, 2 legs up. So when it whips up and down quite quickly here, these are a bit harder to work out, you know, where it's going. You know, if we had a beautiful channel there and a lovely higher lower second entry, you know, currently adding trade screenshots to be added to the trades you entered in the past year. Trade screenshots to be added. We can do it now, can't we? I put 2 in last night. Where is it? Let me have a look. Where is it? I've got a new desk and a new monitor stand, so you guys might know that if you change your monitors around and your wiring around, things pop up on different screens. I've got them all on the one screen at the moment. Let me find it. Where is it? Oh, past gen. There we go. It's a really useful bit of software. Where's the images? Are they here? No. Where's the images? How do you get the images? Remind me. That's add an image, isn't it? Oh, I see what you mean. I got you. I can't find how do I get the images? Trades and charts, statistics. It's got to be here, surely, isn't it? Let's have a look. No. I'll have to figure out. Daily notes, statistics. It's there somewhere. I know how to do it. I did it last night. I added channels to it. I wanted to wait to use it until the 1st because on the 30th I had a losing trade. So I wanted to start with a fresh month. But it's a great bit of software and he updates it as well. So it's really good of you, mate, that is. It's really nice and straightforward. Sometimes it's okay having these things like TradeZella and all that, but they're so flipping difficult to use. I mean, I got given it for free, Trader Sync, but it's just so complicated. And there's just no videos on how to use it. Sometimes you don't need all that complicated stuff. I don't know, if you're making millions or something, then maybe it may do you some good. Charts are stored for days, but we'll add an option to save directly. Excellent. Yeah, it's good stuff, that, mate. It's good stuff. But you want something just simple that does the trick. You don't need all these. I mean, you know, if you're taking dozens of trades and all that, then, you know, maybe. But I just find sometimes, like, you spend that much time figuring out what the hell's going on with some of these, you know, some of these Trader Sync ones and that. It's just, you just don't need 90% of it. Okay, so channel up, a leg and a leg. This for me, it may push up, but I wouldn't think about taking a long really into that midline. It's hard to know where things are going around this midline at the moment. We came down, bounced under it and came down, bounced under it and came down, bounced under it, came down a little. So after that channel, you would probably expect a new high. Maybe something down. Maybe. We're still ranging though. So yeah, okay. So this is starting to look like it's well, we're making lower highs, lower lows, aren't we? Unfortunately, there's no way in there. Nothing. Which is unfortunate. Yeah, so all I really need is 2 trades a week. You know, if I don't get 2 trades, I don't take them. It's simple as that. I've got no issues with that at all. But it just goes to show that you can let some of the riskier trades go. The thing is, Mac marks a lot of green trades which are risky. The unfortunate thing is, all the ones he marks work. He never marks any that doesn't. It would be nice to see him mark some trades that sort of don't work and you know what to get out of. But the trouble is, when you're seeing the green ones, the risky ones work all the time. Sometimes you can get it into your head, especially newer traders. You can get it in your head that it may be a bit risky, but they're probably going to work. But it's not always the case. You know, if I was taking lots of trades, you don't mind taking a few losses. But when you don't get a lot of setups, you want to really kind of make sure they're damn good ones. We don't get a lot, so you want to try and, you know, make sure, you know, as good as you can, they're a good setup. Anyone know why the ATR's high? It's hard to say, really, mate. I know we went through. Do you remember that stuff with? Was it what happened? Stuff with Israel and that. Was it a while ago? It kicked off a little bit, and the ATR was around between 6 or 8 for a while. I think it was that between 6 or 8, and it's been a bit volatile ever since. But it, you know, it does come down a bit. But I wonder if it's to do with because it's such a wide range, and when it does come down, it comes down quite quick. Oil, yeah, I think oil prices are about to go up, aren't they? Because of all this stuff with Israel and Iran. It could be, mate. Yeah, I don't really know enough about it to you know, make an honest opinion on that, really. I suppose the bigger the bars, the more volatility. Maybe the higher the ATR, I don't know. I mean, if it goes up too high, you can just half your contract size. if it's too much, but I definitely think if you only take 2 points and it's around 4, I think it's certainly worth looking at going for a little bit more points. It won't just be your risk bars or your signal bars that are larger. Your win bars are going to be the same. The win rate is max by definition, 100%. 4 ticks, so it works for him. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Matt gets a 98%, 97% win rate, something like that. It would be nice to know. Minute chart, the average bar is 6 points, is it really? How are you getting on with Guardian Angel Dean? You still using, are you, bud? In fact, we've had nothing really. I'm surprised the markets haven't really been adversely affected by this, by Iran firing those missiles. Still use it, 1 trade only. Yeah, I reset mine to 2 at the moment because I'm in a good place taking good setups at the moment. So it's a shame really if I feel like I'm getting a little bit, tetchy or something like that, then I'll go back down to 1. But I feel like I'm quite in control at the moment. So, but I have got it set at 2 just in case. So, but we are whipping up and down, aren't we? So these bars seem to be getting bigger. We had a bunch of larger ones there and here, and now here. In fact, while it's whipping around here, I'm going to make myself a quick cup of tea. How long have I been going for? Just over an hour. So I'm going to make a quick cup of tea, take a few minute break, and I'll be back. So where's my 5-minute break? Where are you? Oh, there we go. So, okay, I'll be about, oh, that's interesting. Just show you quickly. That's the 10,000 tick chart. So that's interesting, isn't it? Push up, hit the top, and now we're starting to work down. So that's interesting. So that may help. Trouble is, although it looks good on here, you don't want to be going short there, really, do you? But anyway, I'll be about 3 to 5 minutes. Ah. Right, is this coming down or not? I just don't trust that really as a channel. Maybe I should. There's a lower high there, but I don't know. I'm not a fan of that channel. Well, it does work, but it's quite broad. I'm not a fan of it when it's like that. Maybe it's not that bad. If it comes below that EMA, well, if it stays below that EMA and then has some sort of a break, let me have a look. That doesn't look too bad. If we can get maybe a couple of attempts to go up, well, it is working like a range. Sorry, channel 1, 2, with a break. Push down. I think there's a good chance we get down here. Nothing else I can see really. Well, it's obviously working. It's kind of, if you look at the broader picture, it's kind of like a head and shoulders, isn't it? It's shoulder, head, shoulder, and down. So it is working. It looks like it's heading towards the lows there. So touch, touch. That doesn't look too bad at all, really. Touch, touch, touch. Break. A little overshoot here. We get a decent enough correction. We may get something down. Is that the one you took, Jan? Was it? Is that what you mean? 1, 2, 3 triple test. I don't think it was a terrible trade. I probably would have avoided it because it's kind of still very much sideways. But if it is sideways, so let's think about it. If you're looking at it from a channel, if it's okay, break, lower high. Trouble is, when we have a channel, sometimes a little break like that and a lower high doesn't always get us straight back in. But it is kind of sideways as well. So, in which case, if you're looking at it as a range, it's not bad at all. Didn't work quick. I mean, that dropped about for at least 5 points, didn't it? So if you took that short, I mean, wow. I mean, I go for 3 points. I've been in a couple of seconds. Okay, sort of a new low imminent, I think. So, that's interesting. Channel break, 2 pushes to a new low. Channel break, new low, well, matching low. I expect this to get stopped out. It may not, because we've had a matching low, double bottom, but I would say majority of the time I would expect that to, but it actually sits kind of nice though. We got 2 touches there, 3, 4, 5. It's kind of nice. That channel is at a break, 2 pushes to a new low. This channel's at a break, matching low. So it may get back to that EMA. I wouldn't take it myself. I think if it was going to stop that out, it'd have done it by now. So I think it'll likely get here. There are maybe some shorts there. So I think it'd be likely just nick above there. I'm still not clear of what I think it is. We are ranging. So someone went long there. It's risky, I think. Sometimes it'll trigger you, come down and stop you out and make a third bounce. But I think the reason that worked is it cleared out maybe that one, which triggered. And we had a matching low. And you could see 1, 2, 3 touches there and a couple of there. So it's a bit of support there, you'd think. And that channel played out as well. Trouble is, you treat it as a channel, you treat it as a range. I'm thinking more and more of a range, I think. Well, I mean, overall we're ranging, I think, anyway, but I'm just on about this section here. Do you know if Apex consistency rule is a hard rule? I believe it is. I accidentally made a 30%. Wonder if well, they could only say no. So it's certainly not the end of the world. I don't know. I mean, I've been paid out in the past, and I haven't adhered to it, but they didn't used to. They didn't used to police it. I believe they do. How strict they are, I'm not too sure. So it might be a case of just trial and error. But if it doesn't work, it's not the end of the world. Just trade a bit longer. They can only say no. But one thing I will say is you tend to get an answer pretty quick at the moment. So it's not going to do you any harm to put a request in and see what happens. If they say no, you've got to trade longer. It's not the end of the world. But good on you for getting up to a payment level anyway. Just wondering whether this may come down for another leg. Yeah, this may come down for another leg. We're still kind of working down, aren't we? See if I can bypass that. Well, it's very close, isn't it? But it fits on the bottom, so it might still be in a channel there. Apex has consistency, has been consistent. It's set in a 40% hard rule, are they? I got a pair at 31. Okay, there was rumours. Do you remember when we all had those votes a while back? And I think one of them was go into a 40% rule. It is a shame to have a. I mean, you know, the ironic thing is sometimes if you think your run has gone too much and you might hit the rule, it's ridiculous that you feel, you know, that urge to get out of a winning trade because you're going to earn too much money. It's kind of doesn't make sense. I get why Apex do it because, you know, if someone decides to jump in low here for a contract or two and put a profit up here and they happen to get lucky, I get why they do it. But, you know, from a trader's point of view, Top Step, yeah, I believe they don't have one on the funded account, do they? I don't think. I mean, you've got the trailing drawdown really to stop you, you know, getting too lucky. I think that, but I mean, if you don't have a consistency rule and an end of day drawdown, you can pretty much go for one contract on every one of them and just go for a massive move and hope you get lucky. It's going to happen sooner or later. So, you know, they have these rules in there kind of for a reason. A lot of companies have that rule, yeah. I think they have to. Otherwise, people, I mean, if you're only risking $85, you could, you know, trade two contracts, enter down here and just try and, you know, get your profit up here. As long as it doesn't come down here during the end of day drawdown, it doesn't make a difference. But if you do happen to get lucky, you could get a 30-point swing there. You get 30 points on two contracts. That's $3,000. It's a fair chunk of change, isn't it? And you've only really, even if you lose one trade every day for the remaining 9 trades, you can still make yourself some money. So they have to have certain rules. So am I treating this? So there is a chance it could be a bigger channel. It doesn't fit terribly, but we know we're kind of in a range really at the moment. So you've got to pay attention to that. Now it's fitting like a range at the bottom, maybe not so much at the top, but those bounces there and that support there, I think there's a chance we get back up here somewhere. But also I see a channel there with one attempt to go higher. If we get another attempt to go higher, you know, there's a bearish feel for it. Would that be a good short? It's hard for me to go short here knowing that we've bounced off there. Now, another reason I'm thinking range is because a bar like that, more often than not, I would expect to get triggered and stopped out. If we're in a channel, say, it's only it's a matching low. We haven't made a new low. So you would naturally think it would trigger there and stop that out, drop a few ticks down, so clear out liquidity there. But the fact that that's held makes me think that this may be more of a range than a channel. Crazy volatility today. Yeah, that ATR's up a bit, isn't it? Bars are quite bigger, but it is moving in quite big swings, isn't it? And when it does move, these bars are getting larger and larger, which obviously means you risk a bit more. I mean, you can't just go down to I could switch to a contract, cut down sort of half my risk and half your profit. But I'm quite calm when I'm trading at the moment, so I do have time to, look at the bar, look at the size of the bar I'm risking. That's what that number's giving me there. So push up, maybe two legs backing up again, or maybe down. It's quite a hard chart to read today. That bit was relatively clear, leg and a leg with a correction. But then it keeps dropping and pushing back up strong. It's whipping up and down. We tested the overnight lows. We may do. I mean, we could still be in this downtrend. If we have a leg and a leg, that would take us below there. But if we're kind of ranging, you think there's going to be some shorts in there, Is this now going to rock it up? But look at the size of the bar. You wouldn't want to get that one wrong, would you? But we push up, make two attempts to go lower. I actually don't think that's a bad trade. There'll be a little bit of liquidity around here and here, so I think that will probably work. But channel, one attempt to go higher, second attempt to go higher, it could come down. So it's just not an easy read at the moment, because we are kind of bearish. So you can imagine there's going to be some buyers in there and there's going to be some stops below there. So channel down, two attempts to go higher. Well, one, two. I wouldn't class that. That is on the way down, I think. But one push up and then a second push up. If this fails and that comes bearish below that EMA, I'd say it's going to come down some more. But I don't think that's a terrible trade. You're certainly going to trap some shorts. There'll be some more stops there, I don't doubt. And if we are ranging, we push up, we come back a couple of times and we push up some more. But it is a bit congested and it could turn. 1 minute it kind of looks bullish, next minute it's pulling back. So it's clear, just a little bit unclear at the moment. But we see this pattern again, don't we? Kind of like a bull flag. We push up, we go sideways, and we push up again like a kind of a in this end and out the other. So it's just not clear enough really to take a, to work out whether we're going up or not. But I don't think that's a terrible trade, at least to clear this liquidity off. I certainly think there's a good couple of points there. I just didn't want to risk 22 ticks. Well, that's the bar. You put a tick above it and a tick below it, you're risking a bit more than that. So you've got 3 points there. If it breaks above there, that will push through. So I'd expect that to do that. I'll stop out with the bars. Yeah, I know what you mean. So we've had that little push above that, took out the liquidity and pushed through that 3 points. So that would have worked. And same again, it's that pattern again, isn't it? We go up, we go sideways, and we go up. We've been rotating around that flat VWAP since initial balancing. Yeah, I don't use VWAP, so I don't even know where is it at the moment. So channel down, a leg and a leg. This could come back now. There's liquidity up here, so we may continue up. But channel down, 2 attempts to push higher, it could come down. We're on top of it. Okay, so it's around about that, is it? 744-ish. Yeah, you couldn't even really get the limit order on there, to be honest with you. It's just too big. 22, 23, 24 ticks. It's just, what's that, 5 points? Too much. Tick below there, about there. Tick above there, 6 points, 5 3/4. I'm not risking that. Times 3. It's also a kind of a breakout, isn't it? A breakout of a range. There's a little bit of a range here. So it may come back into it. My only issue with that is it's already triggered. If that's going to come down, I would expect it to rush down because it's quite clear, but it's not. Man, that's making me nervous. I don't think you can take that, really. As much as I like the setup, the context is all wrong. We're really ranging here, and so I'd probably, that may come down, trigger, trap some shorts, and then push up a bit higher. Kind of like a breakout pullback, isn't it? See if you take that away. In fact, I actually like it much better without that. This is a little bit more clearer, isn't it? So, see, there may be a lower high there, but I'm assuming it would be coming down. There is a lower high there. You can imagine a lot of liquidity there. Leg and a leg, lower high. No, no good anyway. Yeah, it was too broad. Yeah. Yeah. So leg and a leg up. Tough on this, isn't it? I kind of hope it finishes naff. Yeah, we've come off the bottom strong. We have made 2 attempts to go lower, and we've pushed up quite strong. So I think you'd naturally think, if anything, we may sort of tap the top of this and then push up. But I'll be surprised if this does come down. We've had a leg up, 2 attempts to go lower, nice solid bar, and we've pushed up. We're above this midline, and then we pull back a little bit, maybe tap the top of that. We get a second entry long off here. It's looking rangy, I think. So you'd think upwards. My only slight concern is we were at the top. If it's a channel, we're at the top of it there. We're coming away from it there. I don't think it's a major amount. But that's an inside bar, so nothing there. Initial second entry long. You know about that one there. It was just too big. We're risking nearly 6 points there. Yeah, we do go through phases of charts are hard to read. You know, there's a lot of sideways and a lot of chop. And if you're not really careful, it can really chop you up. I'm a lot better now than I used to be. I can spot it now. because the simple way is when you get chopped around in it enough, sooner or later you start to stay out of it. You know, you get such a lot of value from your losses. It really, really, you really do. You learn way more from your losses than you do for your winners. Your winners, you're kind of excited, then you forget all about them. But your losses, they can stick in your head for a while. And it's a good thing. It's a great lesson. I love it now when I see a trade that I would have normally took, but it looked a bit trappy to me and it looked like it was going to, and I love it when it traps. And I stay out of it because it just goes to show you are learning. So I'll be surprised if that came down. It probably trapped a few traders, but it's looking pretty rangy. We've got a channel down there with a break and a new low. I think, did it take a tick below there, or did it make a double bottom? I think it made a double bottom. Yeah, it did. So a double bottom. So that channel's played out, break, new low. So when that started going up and a couple of legs back with a nice bullish buy, you think we're at least going to get a couple of legs. But, you know, I think we're looking at this sort of area now at least. There is multiple bits of where it's bounced initially there. We bounced off it there. We came down and bounced. So I think this is a fair chance. But unfortunately, we're up here now. It needs to be down here for us. I would like it to get close to the top of this channel, really. Once it starts to pull away from there, we quite often get a break. That's better. So I wouldn't even mind if it touched that and came back. And then 2 legs back and then for another push up. So that's close enough for me. That's not too bad. In fact, I'm okay with that, I think. Push above it, nice bearish bar, 2 legs down to around about here. Maybe if we can get a tail coming out and bounce off this, nice and bullish. Yeah, I'm okay with putting it there because this other 2000 chart I got here, that fits fine. That's nice fitting there, that is. That's just an offset with the tick offset, that, so that's fitting nice there. So we've got very close to this line. We've been up here and bounced, so I didn't even mind bouncing. So if we can get a nice couple of legs here, I don't mind going long there. At least up to this line out, I think we're safe anyway if we can get something. We haven't hit it yet. That's a nice measured leg there. Close right on that measured leg. Leg and a leg. Perfectly. So this may give us a break. It may come down, who knows? So a couple of attempts to go low would be nice. Yeah, I don't blame you. Have a great weekend. Well, sorry, Thursday, isn't it? I've lost track of this week. I'll see you tomorrow, bud. Good on you, mate. Nice to stay green. If you're green for the day, nothing nicer, just makes you whole. It doesn't bother me as much, but I used to hate evenings where I was red, and weekends don't even start me on weekends. Yeah, I think one trade. I've got no issues with the one and done. I think it's a great policy. One nice winning trade, walk away, enjoy your day. Okay, so that looks like a channel to me. I think the likelihood of getting up here, at least to this level, possibly higher, is good. Be nice maybe to get a push in, maybe a higher low here, trap some shorts maybe. We'll see, but sometimes it doesn't even bother even trying, it just rockets up, so it'll be hard to see whether we get something here. Yeah, there we go. See, sometimes it just doesn't even entertain it. Straight goes. We know there's a good chance it's going to get up here, and just look straight up. No way in. Unfortunately, you couldn't have taken that one really. It's just one channel down. We're below the EMA. It could trigger you and come down some more. This is where 1,000 tick charts may come into play. Well, 1,250 is Mac does. Let's see if there's anything in there with a 1,250. No, nothing. Sometimes if you go down to lower time frame, it does give you an opportunity. Look at that, 4 or 5 big bars, and not a chance. No way in, unfortunately. Bar. We're already here. We knew there was a good chance we were going to get there. It was just unfortunate there was no way in, but that's how it happens so much of the time now. It's, a lot of the times we get it. We get an opportunity here, but I suppose if these experienced traders know where it's likely going to go, it just makes life easy, doesn't it? You can see 3 strong bull bars and we're here. So, there is a couple of those gaps there, see? So, thing is, we have got an area here where we have got support. We can clearly see that. So, whether we'll trigger this and push up to the top or whether it will come down from here, I think if we get a lower high, I think that might be an opportunity. We can see we came down, bounced off it here. We pushed up, bounced before we pushed to higher. We came down and bounced under it here, and this came down. So it's definitely playing a part, this. So I wouldn't be super shocked if that did came down. I wouldn't just take that because when we get a break, I always like to see a leg and a leg. But if we get a lower high, maybe an opportunity. Quick question, Jan, if you're still in, mate, what did you use? What software did you use to design that that journal, that Pat's journal? I'd love to have a go at a bit of, program something like that. I've never tried before. Although I did a C plus Microsoft C plus course years ago, just for a bit of fun. But it'd be nice to have a go at designing something like that, just for the fun of it. So it never triggered that bar. See, you could consider this a lower high, but then we could get a second entry long. It may trigger. But look at that NQ. Look how nice that NQ's looking there. Look at that. You'd fancy that to come down, wouldn't you? Channel break new high. Unfortunately, it's just stacked up. I couldn't take it. Do I think it'll work? Probably. But I'll be concerned about it triggers you and then pushes up. Definitely looks nicer here, but we've had this little bit above here, so I'm just going to sit tight on it. Looks like it's coming down the NQ, so it may follow, but you just never know. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. There's going to be two little bits of liquidity there because there's about to be someone short that. That's why I always like 1-2 pushes up. So if you can get up here, that may be a place for a short up here. Channel break, 2 pushes to a new high. Well, the issue is we could come up to the top here, so we could go quite a bit higher. Okay, there is a lower high forming on that NQ. Well, I thought there was. Channel break, new high. Some lower high. It's the right place for a short. Now that is looking super bearish. There is a second entry short there, but I don't like this stacked up. Could stitch them up. That is super bearish, that is. This is going to drop. I wonder if there is a larger channel there. Maybe. Put it back, I think. So break 2 pushes to a new high. Excellent. That's that played out. So interesting that. 2 legs up, big bearish bar. Trouble is it's bloody massive. Very tempting that is. The trouble is it's bloody massive. I like the way it's a break, 2 pushes up. Right in the right place and an overshoot. Well, no. See if we get a lower high. Very tempting, but just too big. Maybe a lower high. So is this going to take that big bearish bar out? I thought that was really bearish. I thought that may hold, actually. Break, two clear legs, cleared out any possible liquidity, a nice place where you'd expect market to possibly turn. Although we could certainly go up here, couldn't we? Leg and a leg. See, this bearish bar hasn't gone for. You could even consider us maybe a limit order here. Tough one, isn't it? A limit order based on this one. You stop there. Trouble is, you just don't know. Nine ticks that. It's very tempting there. Yeah, they have, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if this dropped like a stone. Yeah, see on this chart it doesn't look terrible, but it is extra risky. It's pretty bearish there, but it could trigger that and push up. It's just one of those trades that may work and it may not work. I think, well, I was expecting to come down, not quite that quick, but if it's good without the break. I did try that. I think for me, it's more of a range, so I think this is the area where it probably likely. I didn't move it. Yes, if you have it like that, then that's an overshoot, isn't it? So, okay, so we tried to go one struggle. If we trigger above this and come down, I may have a short there because that would be a failure. So if it's an overshoot, so we've either have a break or an overshoot. You mean include that? Yeah, it's still an overshoot in my book. If I go sort of here, touch in, close enough, that would be an overshoot. So if we have the channel how I had it, we've already had a break, 2 pushes to a new high. This way, that to me is an overshoot. But it's heading for that stop, isn't it? No break. Yeah. I mean, with an overshoot, I'd expect a steeper correction. But sometimes the overshoot, it'll come back, push up. I'm just going to, excuse me, just 1 second. Sorry about that. I get regular phone calls from these different trading companies wanting me to use their software. What would I change my platform? Has that moved by tech as it has? Yeah. Yeah, I'll probably get 3 a month, I'd say, from new trading platforms that just offer you a new trading. Why would anybody want to automatically just change their trading platform? Okay, so I think it may be time to take that up a little bit. I think. So let's have a look. Certainly couldn't go long there anyway, really, can you, because of this? It may trigger you, create a long failure and then drop. Okay, so we've definitely had the measured move there. So we could come up here. It's quite hard to read today. That bit was relatively straightforward, but then all this, not so much. Yeah, not the best trading day today. Looking at that one, I don't think it was a terrible trade. One, it was big. Two, it's congested. Three, you are going into support, so it's hard to take that in all honesty. It was a big bar. I wouldn't have taken that lower high that far from the EMA. You've not got far to go. Maybe something larger. It's just hard to say. There's not a lot of trades around that I can see today. Nothing here. Nothing here. Same again. Not really clear. Maybe an overshoot, 2 legs back, bit of sideways. There's just nothing really. Not a lot. So yeah, may still get up here. Very whippy today, isn't it? Big swift moves, and that ATR's up a little bit. Hang on, does the update news indicator work now, or still no? Zen sent me an updated. He looked at the program and updated it. Let me see if I can find it. Let's find the messages. Yeah, he updated it for me. I think he programs or something. Well, I think he must do. Let me have a look. Messages. Where are they? Yeah, I'm just looking for it now, bud. I'm just looking for my messages with the link. What the hell my message is going to be? Rick, how you doing, my friend? I recognise your name. I'm doing good. I think we're all doing good. How are you? I haven't forgot you, Tony. I'm just looking now. Where do I see my... help me out here, guys. Where do I see my messages? What am I missing? Messages. Why can't I find my messages? He may be here. Are you here, Zen, anywhere, are you, bud? Sometimes he comes in the stream. It works perfectly now. I haven't got an issue now. Actually, let me have a look on my downloads. Downloads. Was that it? When was that? Properties. 25th of September. Okay. I downloaded it here. How do I send it to you? Copy. Upload failed. Why? Send us an email, mate, or send me your email, and I'll send it you. I've got the download of it. I've got it in my downloads from 25th of September, which is just over a week ago. Send us a quick email and I'll mess it. If I got your email address, I'm not sure. I don't think I have. Already have it. Let me have a look. Trouble is, what does it start with, mate? So I can search. What does your email start with? First few letters of it. Because I delete them after a while because I just get hundreds of the damn things. Just sent you a blank one. Okie dokie. Nothing as yet. Yeah, Zen looked into the program and adjusted something that was causing the problem, and it's worked beautifully for me. I haven't had anything from you yet, bud. Sean, have I got your email address? It bounced. Anybody who wants it, just send me your email. So just send us a quick email and I'll send it to you after the stream. But yeah, Zen looked into the program. I think it's a program or something. Looked in and something needed adjusting there. And it's worked brilliant ever since. Sent it again. I'm just looking at it now. Nothing yet. Ah, I got it. I got it. Reply. Set. Attach file. Okay. Browse. Computer. It was on the 25th. So, I think. There you go, bud. It's on the way to you, mate. Anybody else want it? Still not having any issues? Just send me your email and I'll send it to you. So I got that on the 25th, bud, which was about 6, 7, 8, 9 days ago. You've got to delete the old one as well. So just delete the old one and it works fine. No problem. Okay. What the hell did you do here? Still in a channel, I think. It's just so choppy. It's going to be one of them days, I think, unfortunately. So channel break. So let's have a look here. So let's bring that down here. So this is where I think price is likely going to get to. Trouble is we could have a leg there. You could have 2 legs down and then up again. It's so hard to... it's going to have to be one hell of a good setup. Sean. Okie dokie. Oh, you sent me a... It's all right. I'm going to say it's come up on my watch, but not me what's it. I can't send it in a messenger, Sean, for some reason. Unless you've sent me... Did you send me your email address in it? I'm going to say I tried to send it to Tony in a message, but it wouldn't go. Let me just see if you've actually sent me your email and it wasn't... So... Oh, yeah. I got you. Got you. Copy. Okay, I got it. I'll just send it you now. Anybody else want it, just let me know and I'll send it you. So, new email to paste. It's the attach button. Insert. Paste. No. Okay, there is a kind of a long ear, but I don't like it, to be fair. Send. They are, Sean, that's gone, mate. If anybody else needs it, just let her know. Okay, unfortunately, there's just nothing I could do. We've got a channel with a break in new low, but it's stacked up sideways. You don't know it's going to go up because it's broke across this. It could come back, so we're kind of not really a lot we can do, unfortunately. But yeah, he messaged me. Well, he messaged me first and said he got it. He'd sorted it out and it wouldn't work. So he went into the programming and adjusted. So it was something that just needed adjusting. And I've had it over a week now and it's worked fine. I've got no issues with it. Unfortunately, there's nothing you can do there. Leg and a leg might be a better option. So looking on this NQ, this could be a break here on this NQ, in which case I'd think it'd likely go up. So we may get a higher low here. Got a channel. Let me have a look at this. There's a higher low on the NQ, but we're not on that, unfortunately, and we've just took it. That's the trouble now. So many days now, it just takes off. You don't even get a chance to get in. Nothing you can do. Mind you, even though I've got it, whenever we have news, I write it on me. Chart, and sometimes I still forget if it's in bright red letters. Trouble is because you focus so much on price, sometimes you can miss what's right under your nose. So, okay, so we may get a leg and a leg yet. So NQ channel with a break. Bullish bar here, big bearish bar coming down. If it comes down, breaks below that bullish bar, we may get a second leg down in here, so we may get something yet. You got it, Sean? Has it come through, is it? Oh. Still waiting. Okay, it is a file, so it's not a huge file, so it should come through. You got yours yet, Tony, have you? Just check. It's not been returned or anything. Sent items. Sure. Yeah, it's gone. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 30 minutes. Yeah. Just working out how to delete. I can't remember how I did it. In fact, I did say, I got it sound. I did, I messaged him back and I said, I can't seem to get it working. And he sent me a message. Well, he put a message on the forum for me, on Thomas Wade's forum, on the Discord, telling me how to delete it. Because the trouble is, unless you're doing it all the time, you tend to forget the last time you did it. But it's only when you don't have it 1 minute that you realise how important it is, really. It's so easy to forget. I mean, obviously the option is to go on to, Financial Juice or Forex Factory, something like that, and find out that way. But sometimes you can forget. As I say, I always put Iron Pack News in big red letters, but I forget it's there sometimes. It would be nice. I believe that that J2 News app gave you like a sound notification. It'd be nice to have something that flashes on your screen as we're getting towards the news, because you only got to forget it once and it can cause you all sorts of trouble. So it'd be nice to have some sort of little something to. I can't have a bleep because I have my mic on and my volume off, so I can't hear nothing. So it would be nice to have some sort of a little flash on the screen or some sort of a visual indicator. So you know the news is coming, because you can't forget. Especially now, sometimes these medium impact news are having more and more of an impact. I'm still hoping we, in fact, let me see if I can make this fit. I can, but we've got this, mind you, we still may be in the channel here. We've got that same couple of bars, and I've adjusted it, so I think I have to do the same, really. I'm still waiting because this is a leg down. We haven't had a break from this leg down yet, so this is, to me, is struggling a little bit. So it could have a quick flush. Okay, like to remove Ninja Script. Ninja Script editor, double click on indicators, or right click, fold right click out and wish to remove. Okay, yeah. I'd got mine in the end, and it's worked perfect ever since. I've had it for a week now, so it does make a difference. It is a useful bit of, it's a useful indicator to have. But I don't know why everyone else isn't working, but Max has been for some reason. But I think most people have got sorted now, although they've got something else. Okay, channel break. Let's see what happens here. None of these bars have triggered. This one has. So maybe this is a failure. Who knows? Nothing you can take on the ES. It's just too fast. Excuse me just a second. I'm just going to take a quick bathroom break. So we may get a couple of legs back here. So we could be lucky. I think Mac must still using the old version. Still working for him. Yeah, I don't know, to be honest with you. Okay, this is interesting. So big bullish bar here is pushed up. Be interesting to see where this comes down to now. There may be bounce, 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 a triple test here. So we may get something here for lucky. Let's put something along here. So maybe 1, 2. So unfortunately we're down here, which is where you want to be looking to take a trade, but on the ES we're up here and sort of 2/3 of the way through the move. So unfortunately we got nothing, no setup, nothing. I haven't got on the other chart either, nothing. Let's have a look, mate. I did right click it and take it over, so let me just have a look. I don't even think I could. Do you want me to bring it? Let me have a look. Let me just move out of the way a minute. I don't want to just bring it in without you. Do you want me to read it out, or do you want me to bring it into view so you can have a look at it? I don't want to just do it because obviously it's your own. What do you want me to do? Do you want me to just bring it into view and you can check it? Okay, just bringing it in now. There it is, bud. Just have a check of that. Do you notice you put your age in there? It's always handy, isn't it? What's that looking like? You good? Brilliant. Okay. I hate when that happens. Oh. Okay, give it. I did right click it and save it, so give it a few more minutes. If not, after the stream, mate, just message me again and I'll try and send it again. Look at this. So this is looking like a nice area where it might push up. Channel down, 2 attempts. It still hasn't come in yet. I've also checked my spam folder. Let me have another look. Yeah, let me know after the stream, bud. And I'll send it you. Again, see what happens. Yeah, we're taking off here. In fact, this stream might end up soon, I think. Unfortunately, there's not a lot we can do here. Leg down. There was a semi-bullish bar there, but so this could be a channel down, 2 attempts to go higher. It's been a tough day today. It's been big sweeping moves and unfortunately not a lot of setups. But that's the way it happens. I don't mind days. Sometimes you get it. There's nothing you can do about it, so I don't even bother letting it bother me anymore. It's just part of the job. Sometimes you know it's nice. You get into a trade nice and early, and your day's done before it. Before it's only really started. Some days you get like that. Other days you'll just sit here and it'll be bouncing all over the place, or sometimes it'll be moving beautifully, but just no setup. So, see, just quickly on this NQ chart, we got a channel down with 2 attempts to push higher. So this could come down. So you can sort of guess there's likely to be some stops around there, and with a leg down, 2 legs up and another leg down, it could take out some of this, so it could create a break here on the ES. So another email about a partnership. Weird, isn't it? Within space of half an hour, I've had an email and a phone call about partnerships with new bits of software. Trouble is, no good to me, no good to you lot. How long we got? 10 more minutes, I think, and I'm done. 3 hours is enough, I think, for me. there's nothing you can do. You can't go long here because it could trigger you and then drop down. Guaranteed, if you do nothing, it'll push up. The second you decide to get in there with the failure, it'll trigger you, come straight down and stop you out. What I will say is we are losing a bit of momentum here unless we're working in this bottom tier. But I'd say for me, I'd expect a break here because, you know, depends how you look at this, but we've been up the top. We seem to be struggling a little bit. So I'd like to see that big bullish bar trigger and then to come down and maybe give us a break. In fact, it'd be nice to come down to here somewhere. Let's see if that one gets stopped out now. Trouble is, you do nothing, it push up. The second I get in there, it trigger you, come straight down and stop you out. But whether it's just working in this bottom tier or lower tier, or whether we are losing momentum and it's going to come down, but there's quite a bit of support there, so I'd like to at least come down to here before we continue. Maybe 1, 2, 3, maybe a triple test. See, you do nothing and it takes off. The second I get in there, it stopped me out. Did you not even get me the email, or was there nothing in it, Sean? Still no email. No. Sent it. There's Tony's, there's yours, 8 minutes past. Tony's got his. Strange. It hasn't been returned either. I don't know why I can't send it via Messenger. I tried to, but it refused it. Whether it's something to do with this, you wouldn't think it'd be a massive file, would you? Okay, so you wouldn't even got a point there. You'd have got half a point. It's got to push through. So that's still going to get stopped out. It's a weak position, surely. If I took that, that's what I try and think now. If I take a trade, do I think that's going to work? And I'd expect to get stopped out if I took that trade. It does make you wonder then, why don't I go short when it triggers? You know, but it's just, although it's technically a failure, it's just so far from anywhere. We're right at the top. We're a million miles in terms from that EMA or back from this channel. So if I took that, that's how I think now. If I took that, would I expect to get stopped out? Okay, that's kind of what I was expecting. So anything there went. So leg down, leg down. The trouble is, it looks like 2 legs on the NQ, but would I want to take that? Not really. Mm-hmm. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you may think this is a triple test. There's something about this I don't like. Let me have a look. I mean, this NQ looks like it's on the way south. Is that it then, is it? So it's broke below there, but that is... You can't do nothing there, can you? Would I consider shorts now? Not really. Channel with a break. See, as we're struggling to get up here, I thought we may get a break. So I think I'll be looking for a leg and then a leg really to go up from there. I wouldn't expect that after that channel, just to turn and push up. But we have had 2 legs on the NQ, leg and a leg. So maybe it will. But I wouldn't want to go long here because I'd expect... I've done this before. I've gone long there and it triggers you and then comes down for another leg. So I'd expect something like that, I would. Somewhere along those lines before I'd even consider going long. I mean, it's testing the underside of that, so it could come down. Who knows? I mean, we've used this before, so maybe we've had a push up, we've come back, and we've had a push up on another try, and now it's deciding to come down. But I wouldn't trust shorts here, and I wouldn't trust longs right here. Anyway, I'd want another attempt, and then something like that, looking bullish somewhere along those lines. But just a higher low here, I'd expect that to get stopped out. But I don't know, this NQ looks like it may continue down. It's hard to say. So we've had a small break here. and an attempt to push up. So you just never know. It may come down. It's not a straightforward day today. It's not that clear. It's not following, you know, the normal sort of patterns. It's a little bit random. And it makes decision making a bit harder, but you get days like this. Let's see what happens here. So we've got a leg down and a break. Now, if I took that trade that far from the EMA, I'd expect that to get stopped out. So if that pushes up, channel down to attempts to go higher, we may push through that because we have had two legs. There's not a high or low there, but as I say, I wouldn't take this one. I want a little bit more confirmation. Sometimes if you're getting too early, it stings you. Okay, so that bearish bar got triggered and stopped out, as I thought it may. So let's see now where this goes. Okay, it's testing the underside here, so this may give us this kind of second leg down. I was hoping it would be a little bit more up here. Are we now coming down? We may be. Leg and a leg. Liquidity there. Definitely some there. If we get below there, I think it's game over. So on the NQ, there is a small break and a little double top here. Considering we're in a range fairly below the EMA, could be, yeah. See, we know we've, you know, bounced off this line before, And we broke out, came back, broke out again. So you're thinking then, okay, is it going up? So we could have two legs and it still could go up, but this is starting to look more and more like a possible channel. As long as we don't get much, if we get below there, I'd say then it's more likely going to continue down, personally. I think this is just going to go woof now. Past there. Yeah, I had a feeling. It's coming down, I think. Yeah, I can't see any other option for this coming down now, really. Yeah, it's not an easy day today. You're seeing it all working here. And then it's trying and you think it may come back and then it just drops. I mean, it's clearly just a range day today. Unfortunately, sometimes ranges... in fact, you rarely bloody see them nowadays where we're bouncing off the same point every time where you can short and vice versa. We're down here, then we're up here, then we're down here a couple of times. And then we're turning up here and there. It's a bit all over the place. It doesn't half make decision making a lot harder. So I think we're on the way down now. So nothing you can really do till it gets down here. Maybe a couple of attempts to go higher, pull back, and then something else maybe. But I'm just going to see if we do get a pullback. But I think there's a chance we're coming down here now. Liquidity there and there, so it may just fly through that lot. It'd be nice to get a little bit of a pullback. Liquidity there, definitely below here. If this is a range and we've broken out the top off and we break out the opposite end, so if we do break below there, we could potentially get down here. So this, I'm guessing this could quite likely get right the way down. But I have a feeling it's just not going to give us a pullback of any type. Yeah, someone said looks like the range one. Yeah, I don't think it's going to get up here before it gets down. Once it gets below there, that'll give it some more. Definitely there. Push up, 2 legs back. Once it gets below there, I think it's game over to the bottom. We won't get a look at it, I think. Gets below there. It should get below there. Has it yet? Maybe. Not quite. No, it has. Then there. And then I can see a little rush then. Yeah, I didn't think we'd even get anywhere close to this. I think traders know where it's going. Well, that's a shame. 3 hours and 12 minutes. That's the longest day I've done for a week or so. Nothing's going to happen today. I can't see it really. We'll get down here. We may get something, but I wouldn't want to go long off here with that break. I'd expect there's a reasonable chance we get one out the bottom. I was hoping we'd get a pullback here, but this is pretty bearish. We're clearly ranging. This is the next point to call, really, and sometimes if it's that clear, we just don't really get any pullbacks or nothing that would get us in. Once we get below there, yeah, it won't take long to get down to here, and that's it, I think. So I think I'm done today. Just let me know again, Sean, if you haven't got that later. And then I'll get it over to you somehow tonight, mate. And you can get it loaded and then ready for tomorrow. Just going to see if it does that quick push. Just can't get in here, really, unfortunately. It's a shame. Nothing at all. No way in. Trouble is, if you take that tight to that big bearish bar there, you may say we've had a break. But I would say if we can get a decent enough pullback, I still think that's worth going short. Because if we're in a range, whenever we get a break out the top, we often get one the bottom, and there's that much liquidity sat there and here. And not a lot here. I can't, I mean, you traders add to positions, don't they? But not a great deal, of stops, I would say, around here. I would certainly think it would clear this area out before it thinks about going higher. So the trouble is, when it's this bearish like this, sometimes we just don't get a decent enough pullback. Let's try that like that again. Okay, yeah, I prefer that, I think. And we're nearly here already, yeah. See, there's hardly even, you can't even talk about a pullback there. It's just the side was 3 bars and then down again. We're about to break through this level here. Once we get below there, it'll be here, I think. Yep, there we go. You can tell there's going to be some push up, 2 legs back. So you can tell there's going to be stops on there. And as soon as it breaks through them, this is the next level. But I wouldn't want to go long off here because it's not low enough for me. There's 2 more levels to clear out there, so which is a shame, really. So I'd expect it to clear this and have similar sort of a break out the bottom. And that's it, I think, today for me. So I don't mind days like that. You're still learning stuff. So it's still worth putting these hours in, but some days you don't get no trades, but I've not got a problem with that. I'm quite happy that I've had the patience to sit through. There hasn't really been a lot, in fairness. That one I don't think was terrible, but I left it because it's a bit congested and I am going long into support. You can clearly see there is support. So I think from Mac's point of view, it probably wouldn't be the sensible. And it was quite a big bar. I think it was about 16 ticks. Or was it maybe a bit more than that? I think it worked out at 5 3/4 points, which is too much for me going into support there, because you never know. We may do that leg and a leg and then come down and retest. It's always possible. So I'm quite happy to leave stuff like that alone. I want something a little bit clearer than that, a little bit less risk and with a little bit of more room to the tops. So it is moving today, but there's not as much chop today, and it is moving, but there's a certain amount of randomness to it. And then when we get down there, we're turning pretty quick. And that's sort of indicating that there's a chance we move over and all of a sudden we just turn. So it's just one of them days it happens. But I am done for the day, folks. So just message me again, Sean, after. If you've got it. If you haven't, we'll sort it out. I'll get it over tonight. If anybody else wants a copy of that, it does work. If anybody else wants a copy of it, just email me, and I'll email it over you tonight so you can get it up working for tomorrow, Friday. So appreciate all the comments. I hope you've got something today, and if you haven't, I hope you haven't taken a loss. Not the easiest day today. It's just it is moving, but it's just not giving us anything really, unfortunately. But I certainly think it's going to get below this down here somewhere, maybe a new low. But I am done for the day. So I appreciate your comments. Best of luck if you carry on trading, but failing that, I'll be back tomorrow. As I say, if you want that new news in, I've had no issues with it. It's working perfectly. If you want it, just drop us a message with your email address and I'll get it over to you later. So, best of luck. Have a great evening. Stay safe, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye for now.